Carrying it all the way across the floor.
Part 2, Penny Pincher Farm. Chicken extravaganza. Here we go, guys. We've got the chickens cleaned. We've had them chilling on ice in a big ice bath for a couple hours. And now it's time to put their Sunday go to meeting clothes on. The only trick to this part is you want to put the bird in head down in your freezer bag. That helps to decrease the chances of freezer burn. And you just want to pat it off a little bit, get all the excess water off of it. There, guys. Mom, that was when Mom tucked its legs in under its belly skin there. So you put the bird in head down into the freezer bag.
These birds are a little small for these bags.
Yeah, that's something we have seen here. We've done a couple before this one, and our bags is a little bit too big for the size of the bird.
Yes, sir.
But that's all right. It'll work. These will be some of the first ones we eat. The only thing is, guys, is the bag that's your protection against freezer burn. So we want to be sure when we butcher the rest of these chickens, we want to keep these on top. That way we'll eat them first. So what they're doing is they're putting a straw down in the cavity of the bird, and when they dip it in the hot water, the excess air that's not squeezed out of the bag will come out of that straw. And what they're going to do now is put a zip tie around the bag right there. And the only trick to a zip tie is to not do it backwards. If you don't hear that clicking on your zip ties, they're backwards. Your zip ties on backwards, so turn it around. Here's the scalding process. Have you tool to get everything fully submerged?
Counting 5 to 10 seconds.
There, guys, that done shrunk right good. Then the bag says to leave it out of the air for about 10 seconds. It ain't nothing. I don't think it's too big of a scientific deal. Nothing exact, I don't think. But you pull your straw out, keeping you twisted top. Keep it twisted, then tighten down your zip tie, and that's it, guys. I mean, let's see your product, Tam Joe. Hey, that's pretty good if you ask me.
Cut your excess off with the scissors.
It'd be plenty good enough for who it's for, and that'll be us. Cut the top of your bag off if you want to make it really pretty. Oh, there, guys. There's your 2-pound roaster.
2 pound, 11 ounce.
This is the first one we done. He's bigger.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good.
You got a
That's
bag
pretty good right there. This is our bags. I don't know what brand they are, but they seem to be, they're a little too big for the birds that we got.
We knew they
But that'll be all right, because we're planning on killing
bigger chickens.
5 or 6 chickens every week for the next 3 weeks. We didn't want to butcher all 20 of our chickens at one time. That would make for a long day. You want to do another, Dad, while we're on here?
Yeah,
And we're right in the kitchen, guys. I mean, this is homesteading 101. If you're afraid to do it in the kitchen, you probably ought not get into this kind of stuff. This is how Granny and Papa used to do it, though. They'd pluck them in their kitchen sink, though. We ain't hardly that hardcore. Tell you what, guys, old fat hanging off that, and that won't hurt nothing. If you're selling them, that'll gain you an extra dime.
You got ice in it. Perfect.
There you go. Yep. So to get the ice.
this is ice cold.
They are cold. I touched a few of them first couple ones. Put them in head down. That kind of slipped off on you a little bit. There you go. Head down to prevent freezer burn so easy. Put the straw in the cavity of the bird. Wrap him up good and tight. Squeeze as much of the air out as you can. If these birds would have weighed about 4 pounds instead of 2 pounds, it would be a lot easier. They'd take up a whole lot more room in that bag.
The next ones we hope will be better.
Yeah, we're going to maybe adjust our feed intake this week, and it'd be interesting to see. The birds weighed a little better than 3 pounds with all their clothes on, and the bear meat, as you see here, everything was a little over 2 pounds. So it'll be interesting to see what a week's worth of feeding and on pasture will do to their weights. It'll be interesting to see. But guys, I believe even these 2-pounders right here, I believe even these would be plenty enough eating for 2 people at a meal. I mean, plenty enough. Because you ain't not only getting breast, you're getting breast, thighs, legs. You're getting it all when you're getting a whole chicken.
How nice that one's shrunk.
That one shrunk up good. You guys may be getting better, do you reckon?
Yeah, we're learning what we're doing. We'll be real good.
Like anything else, practice makes perfect.
We'll be good till we get done.
Practice makes perfect. The
Down the last one.
more you do, the easier it'll get. I'll tell you what, guys, that's a good looking outfit right there. Good looking, fat, yellow, good and yellow. Good looking outfit, sir. Yeah, that's our plan, guys. We was going to where we hadn't ever done it before, we wanted to kill 4 or 5, and it just so happened 5 of them was very easy to catch. So we brought 5, and we've worked them up.
In an hour and a half.
You say it took an hour and a half?
Hour and a half.
And that's, guys, I mean, you guys seen it. We ain't got no plucker or nothing like that. We just done it the old-fashioned way.
Took us about 2 minutes per bird to pluck them.
That was with 2 people plucking, and it ain't, guys, you can't do it as a job. You can't think of it as a job. You gotta have your family there with you. You gotta have your friends there with you, and just make a morning out of it. You can't make it work, or it will be work. But we enjoy tricks like this. Enjoy being with family members. It was nice to be with Uncle JB this morning. He was nice enough to help us and use some of his tools and tricks. He said he just bring them down here and we don't have to move nothing. He said, go get your chickens. So we appreciate JB for letting us do that. But guys, they've about got it in the short rows right here. One final baptizing. I believe that works out pretty good though. I had never seen nobody put the zip ties on them before you dunked them. But that seems to be working out pretty darn good. Because when you pull that straw out, you just cinch it down that much more. Easier done. Maybe if somebody was doing it by themselves, one-handed.
It's a two-person job.
Oh yeah,
Makes it easier.
it's like everything else. The more hands you got, the easier it is, no doubt about it. Guys, I'll tell you what, if you had a fancy label to put right there on that breast, that'd be a good looking.
We got a fancy Sharpie if you all right.
But that right there is as fresh and pasture raised as you can possibly get, guys. Them birds right there have been on grass, been in the sunshine their whole entire lives. Compared to the chicken that you're buying out of the stores, that they've never seen the sun. They've always been in a big tunnel of some kind, walking on whatever. It's untelling what they're walking on, and getting fed whatever, getting shot up with whatever. But guys, I just tell you, I feel a lot better with putting that in my body than I do something out of the store for 50 cents a pound, guys. You get what you pay for. You see organic chicken like this for sale on the internet, and a lot of these homesteader farms sell these for profit, and they're charging $25-30 for a 5-pound for a 5-pound bird just like these. And you hear that, and at face value, that man, they're ripping everybody off. But you can't compare it to what you buy out of a store. What you're buying out of the store, like we already said, them birds, I mean, they've never been outside. They've never seen grass. They've never ate a bug in their life the way that God intended them to. I mean, these right here have been chickens. These have been chickens. They look like chickens. They smell like chickens. And they've lived like chickens their whole life. And you know that has to be better for the human that's eating them, putting that in their body as opposed to what the big factory farms put out, guys. I mean, I ain't downgrading the factory farms by no means, but it is what it is. It has to be better for you. It has to be better for your family. And it's been a good experience. Yeah, we fight and fuss and carry on when we're in here working together. If somebody's in the way or somebody's got their own opinion about something. But it's all about doing it with your family, being together, spending time together. And the end product is something that you can feed and sustain your family with. And we're eager to get in on them dudes right there. We may take one of them back to JB's here in a day or two and let him put it on his smoker and see what the deal is. But we're excited, guys. A very easy process. No big deal. Like I said, it took about 2 hours, not hardly 2 hours for the
Longer to heat the water.
Yeah. It took longer to heat the water on the stove than it did to butcher and pluck and all that entail to get them to this point. I mean, if a man really was set up and had his water hot and ready and waiting, we could.
JB did for us.
Yeah. We could have butchered them and had them in the final birthday suit like they are right there. I mean, in 2.5 hours. I mean, that little deal right there, packaged them, wasn't nothing at all. Like Mom said, it took longer to get the water hot than it did to package them. But guys, that's it. I mean, that was the chicken journey, the chicken extravaganza. We've got about 15 more willing participants waiting. And they're going to live their best life. They're going to be fed very good. They're going to be moved every day, given fresh water twice a day, and going like the good Lord intended them to be. Look at that, Junior. Hold that up right there and close us out. Junior says,
Good day.